Hey everyone, Rohan Dhawan here, founder of UAbility, and today I have a special guest, one of our esteemed clients, Moonjir over here. Moonjir has not only just been a client of ours, but also has helped me with some of our projects for UAbility as well. So, super happy and super glad to have you here, Moonjir. Just before I get started talking about your results and the kind of things that you have accomplished, which have been like really fantastic, just before we get into that, if you can just tell me a little bit about your background, what exactly do you do, and how did you get into this field of yours? That would be very helpful.
Yeah. So back in the like middle class family, I joined engineering like most of us do in India, right? So while doing engineering, I stumbled upon this idea of making a video, right? A funny video. Some of my friends, and we made a video, we uploaded it on YouTube, and I'm talking about back in 2009, and that one video got viral on YouTube, right? When I say viral, it got around 5 lakh views in one day. So back in 2009, 5 lakh views was a huge thing, right?
Right.
Because there's no TVF or EIP back then. And due to that video, I started getting a lot of work from startups, like who asked me to make videos for them. So that is when I kind of found my calling, like I really like doing it. So I kind of found my calling of helping startups and helping businesses with video communication, creating back to good videos. So since engineering, I started doing my freelancing thing, freelancing work and stuff. Also, money-wise, also being a student, I was doing well, from this freelancing work. So I thought, okay, this is something I can make into a career. But then I did not have experience, right? Like how to grow it as a business. So now I was getting freelancing work, I was doing here and there and stuff like that. So after I completed my graduations, I did masters in media. I thought the masters will teach me, how the system and processes, but sadly it did not. But it helped me get a lot of contacts, so that helps, It helped me get a lot of network. But then, yeah, I did not get much of the practical knowledge of actually running a business and growing it. After that, I thought a job will help actually, and I actually worked for a company where I also was responsible for various marketing projects for entertainment shows on Netflix and stuff, right? That is when I got exposure in the marketing. So till now, I do video. Then here I started getting exposed in the marketing. I worked in India, Singapore, and Dubai markets. So after working for 3 years, then I thought, I need to get back to what was my calling. I started my own agency, right? Hook Media. And actually, while I was in the job, I got in touch with UAbility at that time. Like, I worked for 3 years. On the second year of job, when I was planning to start my own agency, that is when I was just doing some research because I needed that guidance, or you can say, how to structure my freelancing business more well. Now I was getting work through my contacts and everything. I needed some system to the madness, and that is when I actually got in touch with UAbility also. Yeah, so after I was done with job for 3 years, and after 1 year of joining UAbility, I started full time. I started my own agency. Before that, I was doing freelancing side by side, but here I started full time. Hook Media that you know already, video marketing agency. So I combined the video making knowledge with the marketing knowledge that I got during the job,
Right.
and we combine both of this. Right now, we provide this solution to business and brands, where we provide video marketing solutions. Yeah.
Got it, man. That's like
That was my journey.
that's like a pretty inspiring journey that you have had so far, man. What I want to know is, at that point of time, I think back when you joined us, as you said, you were still doing that job, right? So, what kind of problems or challenges were you facing back then? I know you talked about systems. If you can like elaborate on that, like what was missing back then as a freelancer that was stopping you from really scaling?
Yeah. So as I told you, in our education system, right, Indian education system, even the MBAs, whatever they are taught is not very practical in the market, right? You can't really go out and put it out there. So whatever we learn, the learning curve takes longer, right? Like we need to really do mistakes and learn from them. That's how you grow. So in my case, I was really good at what I do, right? I'm really good at making videos and stuff like that, but I did not have system to, to have control over my sales calls, systemize them, things. Like everything was messy in my work. Like I was not able to handle it. It's too much hassle, right? Like because I was not trained in all those areas. I did not work for an agency before, right? So all those things were there. It's too messy. I needed some guidance to put things, as I told you, system to the madness, right? I was getting a lot of work. Like it's not there's a lack of work because if you do really good work, you do get work. Yeah, but then I was not working with the right people, I would say. Like I wanted to work kind of, so I needed some kind of mentorship or system in this thing freelancing. And yeah, so that is what you can say my main pain points were. And that is why I started doing research, like, who can help me, because I did my master's. Now it helped me with a lot of networking, contacts, and other things, but it did not help me to put system to the processes, the practical action tips, right?
Right.
So that is when, yeah, I needed some help with, and I was looking for some mentorship, and that is when we got in touch.
Awesome, man. And now that you're talking about masters, it like really brings me to this point. People spend so much money because masters is not cheap. Of course, everyone knows that, right? People spend so much money thinking that after they go through this program, they will actually end up having a better job or better business or whatever future that they aim for. And majority of them, like at least who I've talked to, including yourself, do not directly get the input from that master's thing, right? Not exactly what they were looking for. They might benefit in indirect ways, like getting contacts, just like how you did, but they won't get the desired income that, hey, you will go from making this much to this much. However, when it comes to like, taking services, let's say from, people like yourself for videos or maybe joining online courses, people have like such high expectations like, oh, if in 5 weeks I don't make crores, then this program doesn't work or something like that, right? So I think people are okay failing with the master's thing, but when it comes to like, let's say an online course, they're like, oh, or maybe like, let's say taking services from somebody like yourself, they're like, oh no, it's too expensive, or maybe I don't know if I should do that. So like brings a good point home. So Munjir, what I want to know is, like, as you said that you were doing a job and you were struggling with not having proper systems of selling, of generating clients, generating leads, closing them, and then obviously delivering to them much more effectively. Like, I'm sure your systems have changed in delivery as well now. So what I want to know is, first, before I get into further into your agency part, how did you gain the confidence to really say that I don't want to follow this 9 to 5 route that the traditional society has set for us, and really just say goodbye to that and start my own thing? How did you gain the confidence and the courage to do that?
So as I told you, I started freelancing very early on, right, since my college days, and that is something I like. I don't want to put anything in other people like who enjoy jobs, right? Some people might enjoy jobs actually, right? A lot of my friends, they hate the entrepreneurship and they hate this freelancing things, right? Like, it's not easy for everyone. But yeah, but for me, I got that entrepreneurship bug in me, so I just could not do the 95 things, right? So whatever I was doing, I was only doing it for a learning purpose. When I even joined the job, that time I was just looking for ways to get back to the entrepreneurship, but I needed to learn those things, right? So that is why I did job. So yeah, so I like, to answer your questions, I already decided that I'm going to do something on my own since my college days, which I started early on, right? So that's already there. But yeah, like while doing, like, through this journey of job, and then I was also doing research, and that is when I also found out UAbility, right? So I was looking ways to make my learning curve shorter, so that I do not have to keep on doing the mistakes and keep on learning, right? So I would say, yeah, that's how I started my entrepreneurship journey from there. So confidence, yeah, it is there since the beginning, since I started freelancing.
That's very smart, man. Okay, so you were in your job and you were basically researching online. That's how we all start. That's how I started as well, how to make money online. So, then when you came across our ad, right, what happened then? Like, talk to me about your experience. Like, you booked the call, and then what happened?
Yeah. So as I told you, the pain points, right? Putting system to the sales process and everything. Somebody who can. There are not many. Like, even now, there are not many coaches out there who are actually working with agencies, right? Like agency owners or freelancers like me, right? Who's into creative field and stuff. A lot of people for digital marketing, maybe like digital marketing gurus and stuff out there, but there are not specifically who are helping. It doesn't matter is it digital marketing or is it video production, any kind of other agency and freelancers. So you were one of those very few guys, right? That is one thing. Secondly, of course, I saw your VSL video, which explained me all the pain points, which I really connected with, because those are the exact problems that I was facing. So I felt like, yeah, that was a relief to actually found your that VSL video, where I felt like, yeah, this guy's actually talking to me. This is actually addressing the problem that I was currently facing while I was still at job and doing freelancing side by side and was trying to learn the system and processes. That is why I actually connected and yeah, I booked a call with you guys. And I spoke to Pratham and yeah, that's how it started.
Got it, man. And Munjir, like obviously on the call we hadn't asked you for few hundred rupees for a course. So how did you, like, considering that you were doing a job back then, right? How did you decide or develop that mindset of an investor that what, even though they are charging me a decent amount, I should still pay them money. Like how did you convince yourself?
Got it. So first thing I would say, I was already as I told you, I was already ready to start my entrepreneurship journey. So I was saving money also
Mm-hmm.
to invest, and this was an investment, right? So this is not something like I'm very worried about, like will I lose the money or stuff, because I have that much experience to understand, right? Like, with whom I'm talking, will be able to deal with the value or not. Also, I've checked your testimonials and everything. Right? I did my own business and stuff. That after that, there's not much of thinking, right? There's an investment. To be honest, I felt it was cheap back then. Like when I didn't feel it expensive because of I understood the value that I was getting, and as you rightly said, I invested so many lakhs of rupees, almost more than 10 lakhs in my masters. And
Mm-hmm.
I wish I did not spend that much there.
Yeah,
But I do not
absolutely.
blame it. That was also journey. I met really good friends out there, and those friends are still there. And I might have not met them, but yeah. So I think like what you guys are doing this one is really good. And if people are in this same kind of journey, what I am in, they should not even think. They should join our this coaching thing, which I am also a part of right now, and they'll get their immense value out of it, like 10x or even 100x return. So if they act upon that.
Awesome, man. Every time somebody says like, Rohan, your program is too cheap, we go back and we end up raising the price even more. So glad to know that, man. So Munjir, okay, so you got the program and you got access to it, you made the payment. Then what happened? Talk to me about your experience and how did you go about building these systems for sales and marketing and delivery. Talk to me about your experience.
Sure. So from the day one itself, like whenever we do courses and stuff, in the beginning there are a lot of bullshit, right? Like a lot about this and that, which is not even real good. But what I liked about UAbility, from my first video itself, it was to the point. Right? I was like, first video I saw, it was like, okay, and I got to learn a lot of new things that I did not know. So I was really happy to enroll that, and I got the interest to pursue it. So I started doing it regularly, and then what really helped me was your weekly calls, right? Because just doing the recorded course is not enough. So secondly, what helped me was the weekly course where I was asking you the doubts that was rising from learning those things and applying those things in the market, right? So second thing was that. Third thing is the community you already have, right? Like you already have a community which is pretty strong and like-minded people, right? So I would say first was the course to start with. Second was the weekly calls which helped me with the doubts. Third was the community that we have. We actually Rohit is one of the guys we work with. We were starting to work with clients and stuff. So yeah, so that's how we started. So these three things that simultaneously helped me, I would say.
Awesome, man. That's like pretty impressive. So can you talk to me, about an experience where you actually used a sales call or sales process, sorry, to maybe improve your existing one or maybe, get a sale or something like that? Any example that you can think of on top of your head? Any closure you did recently?
So we did a lot of the recent one would be one of the, so during this lockdown, right, we were not able to, most of my clients are fashion designers and fashion brands. All of the India's beauty pages that happens, we take care of their content, video content, Miss India, Miss Diva, all of those. So this during this lockdown, we were not able to go out and shoot, right? So I needed to pivot a little bit so that we can sustain. Right now, I have a team and stuff. So what we started doing, started working with a lot of SaaS companies because the kind of videos they need, they don't need us to actually go and do a lot of shoots. It's more of external video, animation video,
Right.
product videos and stuff. Where we do this stuff. So, so I started working with first one of the Pune-based company. I would like to say the name of the client. They're one of the pretty big SaaS companies in Pune, and they work with clients from all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
So when we got in touch, and then I used the exact script, right? So before, like even if it was before UAbility, what would I would have done is I'd have sent my work sample and I would have just asked, right, like this is my work, and then. But in this case, we did not go as just a video production, right? Like we learned here, we go as a solution provider, right? So when I went and I understand this, what are the challenges they're facing and stuff like that, and then when I saw, yeah, we were the right fit and I gave my offer, that is when the client actually understood they need my services. Before that, he did not think like he needed video, right? They're just doing calls for sales and everything. But when I take them through the process that we learned in the sales process, right? That is when it hit him like how important. And since then, we've done business of around 16 lakhs with that client in the last 3 months.
Wow.
So yeah, so that's how it worked.
Amazing, man. Amazing. So that was the sales process, and then you were also telling me a little bit that your delivery has improved because now you are able to put like delivery processes that can help clients get better results. So talk to me a little bit about that. What have you done and what have you implemented?
So yeah, so initially it was very messy because I did not know the system, right? So I was trying to do everything, and a lot of things were I was trying to do manually and stuff like that, right? So right now, because I put everything in the system stuff, so I save a lot of times. Also, I understood how to delegate and how to automate processes, contracts, and everything, which I didn't used to do before. So right now, I would say I'm much more professional to deal with it. Also, I save a lot of time in dealing with it. Also, very important thing is the clients are happier, right? Than before sometimes some work they'll took longer, right? So for small things, I have to make them wait. So right now, even that this is very helpful for me where the clients are happier right now with the delivery process that we have developed over the last 2 months.
Awesome, man. That's really good because if clients are happy, they will refer you to more people and your business will automatically grow. Something that most people just don't focus on doing, which surprises me. So glad to know that you implemented that, man. So sales you were able to fix. You were also able to fix your delivery processes. Anything else that you were able to gain out of this program?
Other than that, I was really facing problem with procrastination. Like when you have a boss, then you have somebody to answer to. But when you're an entrepreneur, freelancer, so that time the problem happens is like sometimes you take things for granted, and you feel like pushing things because being an entrepreneur is not just doing the things that you like. You do a lot of other things which you don't like. That is where I needed a lot of motivation from inside, right? So that is one issue. So even now, like I don't say like that's something you struggle all your life. But even now, whenever I'm like feeling low or need some motivation, I stop going to other places. I just go to the mindset mode, because that is where it helps me to put things in the perspective and do the exercises that is there. So that again help me to put back on the track and again take action.
That's
So
wonderful,
that's
man.
the last thing I would say that really helped me also. Yeah. The mindset model.
That's wonderful, man. Like, glad to know that you have literally implemented all the areas. So, like, that's the reason why you were able to grow, of course. So, Moonjir, one thing that I would like to know is, and that you have, like, we have talked about this before, that you keep actively investing in yourself, right? And I'm sure that you have done other courses as well and whatnot. So, according to you, and again, you have to be completely transparent. Like, if it was otherwise as well, by all means, be honest. What do you think you have noticed as like the biggest difference between, let's say, some other course online or and specifically UAbility?
I think UAbility is more of like no bullshit, to the point, and actionable course rather than a lot of other courses like waste of time. Maybe a lot of things you already know are packaged in a new way. But with UAbility, I found a lot of new things, new systems, and most importantly, those are actionable. Right? You might learn a lot of things, but you can't execute it. There's no. But even every course is there where you have the exercises below. So things were like even basic things like how to register your company and get GST done. You have to go initially, like you look for other CAs and stuff like that. But if you are in UAbility, you already have the things step by step, right? Even making your own website. I understand like just hiring a guy to create the website. But to do it once by yourself, then the knowledge that you have, the control you have over it is much more. So in UAbility, literally it's one course You learn so many things, design websites, system processes, then mindset, and then sales, then other things like digital marketing, then social media marketing, organic marketing. So I felt like it's like one course fully packaged in everything, and most importantly, actionable. So that's I would say. I highly recommend it to a lot of my friends also to
Yeah,
join
man.
that.
Appreciate it, man. Munjir, so what now comes like the main part that everybody is waiting for. So Munjir, talk to me a little bit about back then when you were doing that job, doing that freelancing on the side. How much were you making then? And at this point of time, talk to me about what you have created, Hook Media, how much you are doing now, and how many team members do you have?
So while I was doing job, I still doing freelancing stuff. That time, if you ask me, it was sometimes less and sometimes more, depending on the month because I was freelancing. So on an average, you can say around 1 lakh a month I was doing, back then. But after that, when I started on my own, and then I put the things on the places. So after starting, it took me around 6 to 7 months to get the ball rolling and everything. That time, on an average, I started doing around 3 to 4 lakhs a month.
Wow, amazing, man. And also, you formed your own company and have employees of your own. Is that correct?
Yes. Right now we have a
Amazing.
7 members team.
Wow. Man, that was like in such a short span, making a transition like that. Congratulations, man. Like, I'm super proud of you. According to you, like, if you had to think about this journey, right? This journey from like making 1 lakh to this much, what are like the top 2 or 3 lessons that you have learned throughout this scaling process?
So what I learned is just goal or just dreams are not enough. You need proven system. Right? So if you are in a right system, you can succeed. Whatever dreams you have or goal you have. So that would be so that I apply in my other areas of life. As you already know, I have started some other businesses along the way. So in all areas of my life, not only when it comes to this agency part, I put system whenever I want to achieve something. So that is one thing I would say. Second thing would be you really need to be end consumer obsessed, right? Like whoever you're working for, you need to be obsessed with them, not with how much knowledge you have or how much experience you have. You need to obsess with the client you're serving. What are their pain points and how you can serve them better, how you can make them happy. I think if you take care of these two things, you're on a roll to success. You're on the road to success.
Awesome, man. Like, that's wonderful tips. And I'm sure anybody watching this planning to scale their business or agency, it'll benefit them a lot. Munjir, few more things that I want to ask before we end this interview. Next thing is that during this time of like, you transitioning from a freelancer to a full time entrepreneur, what do you think? And, since the time you joined UAbility as well, what do you think has been like your happiest moment?
Okay. The first thing would be my happiest moment would be that on an if it's just as a generic one, of course, like I was free, right? Like I'm not bound to like whenever I want to take the vacations, I take my vacations, right? Whenever I need to take it. And right now, work is such that I can go anywhere in the world and work from there, right? So actually, a lot of time when things were like before Corona, I used to be in Goa and South Goa and work from there. And I'm not bounded by boundaries, so I really hated that being in that cage of 9 to 5. So I'm free right now. So that is, I would say, the freedom is very important for me. So my happiest moment would be when I realize I can actually work from anywhere in the world. And yeah, that would be one of my things.
Wow,
And
man.
other than that, of course, like to be able to do the things that I want to do right now, like which might not have been possible if I just in a job, I just doing freelancing, right? So right now, be it financially, be it time, so I'm able to do a lot of things in my own. So that is
Got it.
these are the two things.
Awesome, man. And I also want to discuss a little bit about you were mentioning that you have started an academy, so maybe you want to talk about that a little.
So, especially during the lockdown, I was back in hometown, right? I was not in Mumbai because Mumbai was very in bad shape. and we're not shooting anywhere. So it's back in home. And when I came to my hometown, and then I realized that the situation in my hometown, which is in Assam, a small town in Assam, like I left Assam due to my further studies for my higher secondary education 12 years back. Even right now, the education quality has not improved. That is when it strike even students from here, they travel to other places like Kota or Chennai. I myself went to Chennai for further studies. So still, students, they have to travel a lot and they spend a lot for even higher studies like higher engineering. So that is when this idea strike me, like what if I started academy here itself as a science academy? Because most of the students in here are like they are attached to science because they either want to go for medical or engineering or something technical, right? So I started an academy here. This lockdown started working on this project, and then I got a team from around India, and we built the infrastructure here in my small hometown. Right now, we built a academy where not only students from surrounding area can come and study and get that high quality education they're looking for. We brought down teachers from Chennai, Pune, all the other places also, but also like students from other parts of Northeast, right? Like the other states also are coming because it's a fully residential science academy. So they're also coming to my hometown to study. So really happy to that I'm able to start this academy. It's called Havli National Science Academy. And the response that I've got, this is the first year that I launched, and within the 10 days we got 100 admissions. So I
Wow.
was really, yeah, I was really happy for the responses that we got for this my second venture.
Wow, man, that's next
So
level. Next level. Like the fact that you were not only just able to double your income, but also at the same time you were able to, contribute towards. I wouldn't just necessarily call this a business. This is like a social cause, like a much
yeah,
needed thing that you had to do. So the fact that you are not only just making impact on your, well, first you made impact on your own life, now you're making impact on seven other people, your team members lives, and then you are also helping your clients, and then you are also helping these other people just because you were able to increase your income. And I feel like super proud, just because of the fact that I'm connected with you somehow, and you're making like such a huge change. Wonderful, man. Congratulations again.
thanks everyone, and thanks for always being there. Even now, it's been I think we're together since more than 2 years now, and I still get the we still get like even now if I have doubts, I get in touch with you on calls and stuff. So thanks for always being there.
Absolutely, man. Always will. And Munjir, just so that anybody watching this video, maybe they require some video services, or maybe they require information about your academy. What's the best way to get in touch with you?
So best to be like LinkedIn and fully active. So they can search on LinkedIn. It's Moonjir Alam, M-O-O-N-J-I-R, Moonjir A-M-I. Other than that, my website is hookmedia.co. H-O-O-K-E, hookmedia.co. On my website, they can book a call with me and start from there. And the services that we provide, we work with a lot of services and coaches and consultants, and so we majorly one tool is called video business card, which I create for person. It's like a one short video, but a one powerful video that we create for them, which not only talks about what services they're giving, how they're impacting their clients. Also, we get some testimonials. It's a powerful video that they can use in terms of before their sales call. Even a lot of startups are using for investment. They got actual investment. So that's a one powerful video that we create for video business card. So like that, if any service-based business or coaches need help with video tools and videos, then they can get in touch on our website.
Awesome. So what I'll do is I'll ask for these links and information from Munjir, and I'm going to put it in the description below. So anybody interested, by all means, check it out. I know this for a fact because I myself, well, not only the fact that Moonjir is my client, but also I've hired him for my, work for UAbility, and he did an outstanding job, and I highly recommend that you go ahead and check it out. So Moonjir, just before I leave you, any final, 2 cents of words that you would like to say about UAbility? Anybody who is watching this video and maybe they are on the fence of joining, should I make this decision? Should I not make this decision? What would you like to say to them?
Yeah. I would say like UAbility still has a VSL video applied on their website, and go and watch that video. After the video, if you feel like you connect with them. Those are your same problems, and I don't think so you should think about the investment. I'm pretty sure if you just put in the work and execute, and then if those are your pain points, solution that was provided in the course, within at max 3 months, you can actually get back much more than what you have invested. So I think you should not even think, and you can actually get on board on you and then start your journey. And also, what really helped in UAbility would be the community, right? Like a lot of other like-minded people together, right? Like you can create your own mastermind group, and even with your issues, right? Like from the practice sales call, for example, you have the community out there, you know, to partner with other people, practice your things and stuff like that. I think it's a win-win situation. So while Rohan increases the price more, you guys should, Rohan.
Awesome, man. Thanks a lot, and your words mean a lot. So, Moonjir, thanks a ton for jumping on this interview and giving your kind words. And don't mind if I contact you after a year or so when you have achieved even bigger results, and then we'll be doing another interview. All right, all right, man.